Okay, Mindy, we got a couple of games in the WNBA to take a look at. We're coming off a pretty okay day, I'd say.
I'd say
The Aces are big favorite again, but you know, I keep talking up the Mystics. I think the Sun are probably a little bit better than the Mystics.
yeah. What happened to the Mystics yesterday?
Yeah, well, they got the lead for just a brief moment.
Oh, I know what it was. It was Dawn that went out, right?
Well, yeah, Elena Deladon went out, so that was. But I think they had already relinquished the lead at that point. I'm not sure. I don't recall. Anyways, well, we both had the over on that game as
Yes.
premium. I remember that, but we did take a loss on the consensus. So the Aces, they are 11-point favorites now. It's gone down a little bit. The total's 170.
Alrighty. Well, as you said, the Sun, they're the only one that have beaten the Aces so far, which everyone knows. That wasn't shocking news for you folks because you guys are really good at the WNBA here as well. So make sure you give us your picks. But again, I watched the Aces. The Aces just, annihilate that Liberty team there. I mean, everything was just going their way. I think maybe the Liberty just have more work to do, getting a little bit more cohesive with having new players around, right? With Brianna Stewart and stuff like that. But I am going to go ahead and go back on the Sun here again. I just think 11 is a lot for, the only team to kind of take them down this season. So yeah, I mean, in that one, look, it was 94-77. It wasn't really all that close. It was one of those though that, Bonner, she did score 41 in that one. Had one of her best games. Wilson was held to 13. So, I mean, there's a little bit of room that could occur. I mean, if these women can duplicate what they did there, I still think this game is going to be close. Probably comes down to the fourth. Again, I kind of feel like the Aces, I think they might just sweep the rest of the season. I mean, I think they just might. It's one of those, like, I want to put a money on the future, but I just hate having my money sit out there for the future. I like to play it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Sun here plus the 11.
Feels like the Aces have
good.
such. I
They're
mean,
so good.
well, Wilson may be the a leading candidate for MVP, but they have so much talent around. You almost like, well, they have so many good players, but Bonner, it feels like, is a player that has the biggest impact on the team on the court. Like, she might be the best player, maybe not better than Wilson, but she makes Wilson has all those other players that that contribute for the Aces. Hopefully, I'm making myself clear. I think Bonner really is having a great season right now. Let's take the Sun here plus 11. It's gone down. I mean, definitely was at one point as high as 12. So Ron says take Connecticut plus 11. They'll cover. I think Thomas is saying, though, he'll take the Aces. So let's take the Sun plus 11 points here. Look, I've been on the Aces quite a bit.
Yeah, more than me, that's for sure.
I'm gonna take
more than my lesson.
I'm gonna take the Sun in this one. So we're on them for a little consensus action here. Doesn't look like too much in the chat. How about the Lynx and the Mercury here? The Mercury are favorite. It's down to 1.5 now. It was 2.5. Now it's 1.5. The total here 162.
Yeah, I mean, again, we talked about this a little bit, Ramon. It kind of worries me. I like the Lynx here in this one today. That's how I was going to go. I liked it. I like them here to win by a couple. But yeah, it's one of those that the steam has really been kind of dictating where a lot of this has been going as of late. So it kind of worries me that, the Mercury has. Oh no, you said it went from -2 to -1, so the Lynx are taking the money. So I feel better about that.
For sure.
I'm sorry, I messed that up. So yeah, I feel a little bit more comfortable with the pick because I kind of feel like the steam has been dictating these wins if I take a look at it at a whole. I don't know if Ramon tracks it, but that's kind of where it's been seeming to go here lately. I think this one should be a good one. I just have Minnesota. They're just better from two. They're better from underneath. Phoenix, again, they can shoot the three really well. They get to the foul line. I don't know how the Mercury is going to bounce back after that big game, but I like the Lynx here to get it done. I mean, this team's scrappy. I like to watch them play. They're pretty good.
Well, look, the story for the Mercury was, they fired the head coach. Then they did go out there, and for some reason, they played, their best. They won. Okay, we saw what happened. They finally won a game, but is that all it took? Now Cunningham was in the game for the first time in quite a while. She did actually not play as many minutes, maybe as was expected. She actually, I think, her back tightened up a little. Had to leave the game again, but the Mercury came out with a new coach and seemed to play like their best game of the season. Like, really? I mean, all of a sudden, was it a matter of strategy, the way things were going? It did seem like they were kind of compressing the guards a little bit more. I saw Taurasi just throw up a 3-pointer and drill it.
Well, there's our man Allen. He always talks about how much he likes Collier, right? I mean, she's putting up like 32 points a game there as well. So
let's see what everyone has here. I think I missed some play. Oh, maybe they just came in a little late with the plays on the last game. Here's Howard with Minnesota. Sports Girl says, don't trust the Mercury, even though spread says them. Well, Mindy's saying the moves, though, have been working well here, right. And the steam definitely came in on Minnesota. There's no doubt about it. I'm still amazed that Phoenix looked so good. I'm like, maybe it's one of those things where they didn't like this coach. They don't want to play. And then all of a sudden now they, look like gangbusters in that last game. Ron G says Minnesota. Thomas says go under here. I'm going over as my play, Thomas. So I'm going to go over in this one. Howard says Minnesota money line. Miles, I'm on the over. Okay. Uh-oh. Sports Girl's putting the whole farm on the under. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Look out.
Well, I better root for the under then, because, we all need a farm.
Right.
So Thomas going on the under. Verley says take Minnesota. You can get 1.5. I don't know if he meant lay it, but, it's close to a pick 'em anyways. So, all right, Mindy's on Minnesota here. Can I make Phoenix a pre? I don't know. That's for subscribers to find out. Miles says take the
my total might be a premium, so you'll have to buy it.
Well, here's the problem. The thing that surprised.
I got some mini donkeys that can go to the farm.
When I look at the Mercury, right? No one's now. They do have Mariah Jefferson on the injury report. Cunningham is on the injury report once again. So, but when you look at the Mercury, you see it. You're like, how can a team like with this personnel be bad? And now, granted, they maybe they were a little thin on the bench.
That's the Padres, right?
A little thin on the bench, but you still have, the MVP candidate in Griner, who definitely everyone said, look, the numbers are up there. They've kept losing all those games.
She was
still racking up big numbers. So whether or not it's been Turner that's been underachieving or what. So all right, Mindy on Minnesota. I'm on the over. Thanks a lot, Mindy.